Good morning, teacher. Today we are going to present APGAI number 1. And for introduction, planning is the process of creating a detailed strategy for achieving specific goals or objectives. There are certain areas in which we can use planning. For example, if we talk about education, lesson planning serves as a detailed outline in how educators intend to guide students to achieve their learning objectives set by the teacher, at school, or institution. In addition, the lesson plan includes strategies, activities, and also resources to facilitate the students' understanding of the objectives. All activities are sequenced, and as are teaching methods, assessment strategies, and time allocation to ensure effective teaching and learning.
So, continue with the topic. Lesson planning plays an important role because it not only provides a pattern to follow for effective teaching and learning, but also ensures that lessons are purposeful, make good use of resources, and ultimately address the diverse needs and perspectives of the learners. It also is important because it helps teachers navigate educational content with clarity, and it is clear that with good lesson planning, it is possible to achieve maximum student engagement and performance in order to achieve the required learning.
Now let's talk about the key components of educational planning. The key components of educational planning are elements whose order and importance have been built up over decades, leading to their refinement and to the current model that seeks to include and adapt all types of instruction based on the needs of learners and optimizing learning outcomes. Thus, demands such as these has been embodied in documents with strategies like of the new Department of Educational and Skills, which suggests a format based on a regional cycle of formulating objectives, deciding strategies, selecting resources, organizing activities, implementing delivery, and evaluating Outcomes. A typical template for lesson planning, but effective in developing content and skills.
Okay, about the setting clear objectives and goals, in a lesson plan is crucial and important to set clear objectives and goals for several reasons. First, it provides teacher with a guide as to what students will be able to do or know or understand, and also measuring learning. And it refers when there are well-defined objectives that make easier to assess the students. And the third one is commitment. And in this part, when the students know the objectives and goals that this lesson or a specific lesson requires or contain, uh, they are more motivated and involved in the learning process. ¿Sí te está viendo?
Let's continue to curriculum and instructional strategies. A brief explanation of curriculum is a planning tool to guide teacher trainers, and even educational administrators. This curriculum provides a broad overview of the progress of students in different areas. It allows for analyzing each language skills, which are reading, writing, speaking, and listening. There are three general levels and their objectives. The first one is A1. At this level, students are going to learn phrases with simple vocabulary and grammar, such as introduce themselves, personal information, and so on. A2, the second one, at this level, students are going to understand and use everyday vocabulary related to family, friends, places of interest, and routine. The third one is B1. At this level, students are going to comprehend written readings in clear and understandable language. They can also communicate effectively about their opinions and future plans. And talk about instructional strategies that are the task-based learning, problem-based learning, CLD, content-based instruction, and among others. This is important because students are going to learn effectively and they can feel comfortable inside the classroom and they can learn more and more every day.
Okay, about the allocating resources effectively, the use of resources, whether digital or manual, in a classroom is essential to achieve effective learning as well as offer an aid to the retention of information. And also, it provides the teacher a support at the moment of creating or reinforcing a knowledge. And there are four types of learning resources. And the first is visual resources. It refers to all type of materials that the students can look at, like an images, textbooks, slides, among others. Also, in these parts, we can include realia. This is a type of material that can be used in a classroom and also found is easy found in our environment. The next one is audio resources. It refers to any type of material that the students can listen to, like audio, songs, and tape records, among others. And the third one is audio-visual resources. It's a combination of two before mentioned. And in these resources, we can include television programs, films, among others. And also technology is another resource that the teacher can include in the classroom. And technology brings several benefits. The first is the facility to research a lot of information, and the other is the technology offers the develop skills like critical thinking, problem solving, and collaboration skills that are essential for success in a real world context. Also, this tool can be used to create games that involves personalized learning. Thank you.
Now, about the case study analysis, there was a study which was carried out within the subject of literature. The sample was obtained through the voluntary participation of teachers and the participation of two classes. The first one composed of 16 students as an experiment group, and the second one composed of 15 students as a control group. The main objective of the study was to investigate the opinion, consideration, and experience of the educator within their lesson plan, as well as, through meetings, increase their knowledge about lesson planning and instruct them in the methods necessary for its application. So the control group used traditional teaching techniques without benefiting from any of the activities within the teacher's lesson study process. On the other hand, the experimental group took credit for the effective results of the meetings, and teachers who participated in the research benefited from the meticulous planning and preparation for the research lesson and gained training and knowledge they needed during the implementation of lesson study to improve their lesson planning. Similarly, the students also received support as their needs were considered in the face of new teaching methods provided by the meetings and the preparation of the lesson study process.